Guys, here's my oatmeal. Yeah. Fall. Yes, it's arrived. Guys, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. It's always a pleasure for me to be in the kitchen with you, to have you in here cooking with me. Today I'm going to be making oatmeal, but Haitian style. So right now what I have some star anise and I have some cinnamon sticks. They're boiling right now. And I have some water in there, about 2 cups of water that is boiling. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my quick oats and I'm going to put it in some milk, some whole milk. And I'm going to let that sit for a little bit. All right. And I'll show you guys what it looked like. And I'm going to be cooking about 2 cups of oatmeal. Okay. Okay, you guys. So I have my oatmeal. Like I said, I have my 2 cups of oatmeal in here. And I have my milk that is absorbing, whole milk. And that's about 3 cups of milk. And I'm going to let that absorb. And you're going to see what it looks like. It's going to absorb like a sponge. And then we're going to add it to our boiling water. And then I'll show you guys what that looked like. Okay? Okay, you guys. So you can see how much this has absorbed. So you see the water is no longer covering the oatmeal, the oats. So it's like it's really absorbing. So we're going to leave that in for a couple minutes, and just to let you know that it's perfectly fine. So we're going to let this absorb a little bit more, okay? My water is rapidly boiling, and look at the color of that, guys. Oh, and it smells so good. You see the cinnamon sticks and the star anise. They're in there boiling, doing their things. And I'm going to add my my lime rind in that as well, okay? Try not to get the white part under the lime rind, but otherwise it's going to cause it to be bitter. So you're just going to do your best. Use a zester or a peeler, and then that's how I do mine. I use a peeler. Sometimes I'll grate the lime, but I'm not going to grate it in this particular Avoine, in this oatmeal. So I'll show you guys how I do my what my lime rind looks like. So the lime rind, you see this? You're just going to peel it. Look, I'm peeling it. Let me just show it here, and I can rinse that off. And you just pull this. This stuff right here is going to make your oatmeal, any recipe that you use, very bitter. Okay, so just try to pull it. Take a spoon, and you can just pull it back and remove it as best as you can. And what I do is I go in the back, and I'll just grate that. Okay, and that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so this is what I've removed from the back of my lime rind. You can leave your lime rind in. If you have this, you could leave it in. You don't have to take this out. But me, I'll leave it in or afterwards that it's cooked. But if you know that you're going to fish it out, then that's fine. If you're going to fish it out right away, perfectly fine. But some people tend to leave it. Like, I'm going to remove this from the pot, and I'll put, if there's leftovers, I'll put it in the fridge, and I'll forget the lime rind. It happens to me quite often. But when I do it like this, you'll notice that it will not be bitter. Okay, and that goes with any recipe that you're doing. You're baking a cake, any kind of recipe or any ingredients that require limes. It's important. That's when you grate it, you don't grate it all the way down to the white part, because the white part is going to make it bitter. Okay, so we're going to let that boil a bit. Look at that. Still absorbing more. Let that boil down a little bit more. Yeah. So we're going to pour this in, you guys. See, the water's still down there. The milk, sorry, rather. So now that I've dumped my oatmeal in here, I'm going to let it boil, and I'm going to stir occasionally. You don't stir. If you do not stir, it's going to start sticking to the bottom, and it's going to scorch. Okay, so we're going to let this cook a little bit. And once it start like bubbling, and you'll notice that the texture is different. It's going to get thicker as well. That's when you're going to add your evaporated milk. Okay, so we're going to let this come to a boil for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then we're going to add our evaporated milk. Okay, can you see that? It's getting dangerous because it's popping up and it's thicker. Now we're going to add our carnation milk. I have some left over because I never leave it in a can, so I'll pour it in a container with a top. So this isn't a mason jar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in, I'm going to pour the carnation milk. Once you've poured your carnation in, just pour in about 1/4 cup of sugar, okay? And we're going to stir this rapidly. I have a little helper in here, okay? So using the evaporated milk. Toss that. And we're going to add a little bit of butter, a pat of butter. And I'm going to add something else, my secret ingredient, you guys. It ain't a secret no more. Now I'm sharing it with y'all. Here goes my butter. Okay, a nice whopping tablespoon. And then less than a teaspoon of salt. Cook this on a low simmer, okay? I have it down on really low, and make sure you stir it, otherwise it can burn. There's nothing worse than burnt oatmeal, you guys, because this burns quickly. Once you add the milk and the sugar, it's like, be very careful because it will burn. So you don't want it to scorch on the bottom, so just turn it really low and then let the milk absorb a little bit more. So now, you guys, this is the time. I'll show you guys what I'm going to throw into my oatmeal towards the very end to finish it up. You've guessed it. Yeah, Kraft Singles. What you know about that? Yeah. I'm going to just chop up the pieces and throw it in there. One slice, okay? And I'm going to stir it in. Okay? Throw it in. My daughter wanted cheese, sorry guys. So we're going to stir that and let it melt, completely melt in. And this is it. Turn off your fire. Okay, and this is it. You can and now remove it off of the, remove it because you don't want it to keep cooking. Then it'll be completely dry. And this is it. And I'll show you guys how I plate this up. Of course, your cinnamon sticks and everything, your star anise is still in there. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my vanilla and my almond extract. Okay. About a tablespoon each. And then I'm going to just put it and plate it up and show you guys what it looked like. You guys, and you're going to enjoy this, honestly. It's truly, truly enjoyable. So you guys, here it is. Haitian oatmeal. Enjoy it. Like, comment, subscribe, and please tell me what you guys think. Smash that like button, you guys. I love you so much for watching. Thank you. Come back again. And let's see what I'll be cooking next time. Hope you've been affected, you guys. Have a good night. Love you.